Hey, welcome to Low Budget Sports. This is Dorian Smith recapping the final game of the Padres and Brewers series. I just wanted to start out by saying I kind of saw this coming. It seems like the Padres cannot play five straight games of competent baseball this year. It's unfortunate, but it just kind of seems like where we're at. The best thing that I can hope right now is that it doesn't turn into a 5 or 6 game losing streak again. So let's start off with the pitching matchup. You have Tobias Myers on the side of the Brewers, and you have Michael King pitching for the Padres. I actually thought Michael King had a pretty good game. I thought he looked really good. The thing is, Brewers got a couple of hits that is very on brand for the Brewers. They weren't solid hits. They were balls put in the right spot at the right time. Do I think that would have made us win if they hadn't gotten those hits? No, we didn't deserve to win. No matter what, we would have taken the L today. But I think the score would have been a little bit closer if not for a couple of lucky hits. And that's kind of just how the Brewers are. They run a lot and they put the ball in play. They're not a big home run team. They have average power, but they're not a team that relies on home runs. They're going to put the ball in play, they're going to steal bases, and they're going to take bases when they can get them. And they did that today. And they had a couple of hits. They had a couple of hits dropped that were under 70 miles per hour off the bat. Just fell in the right spot. And Michael King just had one inning. It was basically one inning that just went really bad. And it just sort of set the tone for the game. And on the offensive side, there's really not much to talk about. Again, the reason this is coming out later is because I like to take a second after a loss like this to sort of gather my thoughts and try and come in with a more reasonable state of mind. And that didn't really work. I don't know what happens. I don't know why we have these games like this where the offense is just completely absent. The pitching was fine, like I said. I think Michael King got a little bit unlucky. I don't know what happened to the offense. We faced a pitcher that, while he's been solid, he's rather no-named in the MLB. He's been on 4 different teams in the minor leagues, and he's found a place with the Brewers. He's been serviceable, but I don't think he should have dominated like he did. He kept the ball on the ground. He kept the ball in the yard when he did let a fly ball out, and he pitched well. Their bullpen pitched well. You had Piamps come in. He did fine. The dude before him, the lefty, I'm not super familiar with him, but he pitched a good game. No doubt about it. Hudson, Brian Hudson, and he's actually having a really good season. So he's one of their best pitchers in the bullpen, and he proved it. McGill came in and finished it off for us, or for them, excuse me. Arise had a couple of hits. Merrill had a double. Really not much to talk about. Arise had an RBI, and Machado had an RBI. But overall, the offense just looked really anemic. Not much to really say. And I'm really worried about going into this Washington series and facing 3 lefties. We are not good against lefties. Bottom line, I don't know why Eggy Rosario is sitting down in the minors, and why a guy like Jose Azocar, I hate to say it, I don't know why he's up in the MLB. I don't know what purpose he serves. I think we have guys who can play the outfield if we really need a fourth outfielder that bad. Jose Azocar is just been the biggest question mark for me forever, because a lot of people will say, well, he's fast and he plays good defense. So what? I don't care. I really don't care how good his defense is. I don't care how fast he runs. I don't see why he's on the team. I think you bring up a guy like Eggy Rosario and you get some good defense and you get some solid speed and you get a better hitting. And I think that's what's most important. He also kills lefties. While he was up this year, he had some of the best stats on the team against left-handed pitching. So why is he sitting down in AAA? I don't know. And Jose Azocar is going to be what he's always been. I think there's a higher ceiling with Eggy Rosario. We've had Jose Azocar on the roster for the past 3 years, and he's been the same guy every single season. He plays defense and he runs well. Why is that important? It's not. It's not important. Nobody cares if he runs fast and plays defense. He cannot hit. It's just period, end of story. He cannot hit. He's not a good hitter. Why is he still up in the MLB? I'm just asking the questions that I feel like a lot of people are asking. Why is Jose Azocar still on the roster? And why is a guy like Eggy Rosario sitting down in AAA? Another good question. Why is David Peralta still in the MLB? Why is he on a roster right now? He's old and he doesn't hit very well. His big thing when he was good was he was a solid defensive outfielder. He's slow. He's slow. You're going to try and replace Tatis with him today, and we saw how that went. He screwed up a ball pretty much immediately. He turned a double into a triple. He's got a weak arm, and he always has. He's never really had a great arm. It's always been the glove that you like on David Peralta and the ability to make contact, and he doesn't have that this year. He has a 600 or below a 600 OPS. Those are two guys I just don't understand why that they're on the roster, because you have a guy like Tirso Ornelas down in the AAA team who's killing it right now. He has really good plate discipline. He's putting bat to ball, and I understand that the ball carries a little bit more for the AAA team. I don't care. Bring him up and see what he's got. He's 25 years old. He's a top 30 prospect. Why are you using David Peralta? I like David Peralta. I have no problem with David Peralta, but his days are gone. His days are past. He's not like Donovan Solano, where Donovan Solano is providing daily value. He's not providing daily value. He's had a couple of good games, but he's not a good fielder anymore. He's slow. He's older. His hitting is bad. He can't run for shit. Why is he on the roster? We make a lot of these weird decisions where I just don't understand. We'll keep a guy around for a long time, and I just don't understand why. Why is David Peralta on the roster? Why is Jose Azocar on the roster? We have top 30 prospects sitting down in AAA just wasting away in the minor leagues, and they're not young prospects either. Eggy Rosario is, as far as I know, 25 or 26 years old. Ornelas is 25 years old. Why are we just sitting here letting these guys just waste away in AAA? Bring them up and see if they can make an impact. Do you see other teams just sitting on prospects? No, because the reason that you accrue prospects is to use them. You don't bring a 37-year-old out-of-shape right fielder onto the team and have him try and hit daily. He's not a DH. He was never a DH. He was always in the lineup mostly because of his defense and his at least average hitting. He's not an average hitter anymore. He's bad, and his defense is bad. Why is he on the team? Azocar, same thing. His defense is pretty good. He runs fast. Why is he on the team? We have guys down in AAA ready to replace him right now. Get rid of him. Cut him. Cut Peralta. Cut Azocar. Get these guys off the team. Free up space for prospects. Because here's the thing. We want to talk about something else too. If they're blocked on the MLB roster, if there's not a spot for them, and they're not good, oh well, you send them back down to AAA. But neither Ornelas, first of all, hasn't even had any MLB time. And Eggy Rosario, in the time that he's been on the MLB roster in the past, I think, 3 seasons, he's been fine. He's been good. And the thing is he's not gaining any trade value by sitting down in AAA. So if he's really not somebody we have in our plans going forward, bring him up, add some value by letting him get some at-bats, and then trade him. There's no reason to let him sit in AAA and be like, wow, look how good he is in AAA. Most MLB teams are going to try and go for the guys that have MLB experience, if possible. I understand that that's not always going to happen, but if you're a team and you're looking at a guy like Eggy Rosario and you're saying, maybe we take him for one of our really good players because he has a high upside, they're going to look at his MLB stats. They're not going to look at his AAA stats. They could give a shit less. He's not coming up to face AAA pitching. He's coming up to face MLB pitching. So why would they be worried about how good he is in AAA? There's a lot of guys who are good in AAA and suck ass in the MLB. And there's a reason they sit in AAA. Eggy Rosario was a top 30 prospect. I don't know if he still is. I think he's probably cleared his service time requirement to not be a prospect anymore. But why? Why sit him down in AAA? Why have him take up space in AAA? Bring him up to the MLB roster. Get rid of Azocar. No one is really going to be worried about Azocar. He has 0 power ability. None. Okay, he has good defense. So what? Speed? Decent. He has decent speed. But that doesn't really matter when he's not playing every single day. It really doesn't matter. And he's not playing every single day because he can't hit. So send him down to AAA or cut him. Bring up Eggy Rosario. Bring up Tirso Ornelas. Bring up prospects. Get a different look. I don't know why we try and run through the same horrible offense every single day. We have the same lineup every single day of the same hitters and we aren't getting it done. And then we look and we're confused. Why can't we have a consistent 4-game stretch? Well, because you keep trying to use the same guys that are just awful dead holes in the lineup. You bring up Brett Sullivan. I understand that we need a catcher, but he's bad. He's bad, just like Peralta is bad, just like Azokar is bad. Do you look at any other playoff hopeful team? Do they have guys who are just bad? They might, but not 3 of them. I can guarantee you it's not 3 of them. And if they had 3 bad guys, they would try and bring up a prospect to fill that hole. Padres don't do that. They don't know what to do with prospects. They really don't. All they know how to do with prospects is trade them. How about you try using them? How about trying to build a team around some prospects instead of trading them for other players, other teams' prospects? Use the prospects you have. It's frustrating to watch on a daily basis, day in and day out. You have days like this where the offense is just dead. It's dead. Nothing happened today. There was no Tatis in the lineup. That never helps. But really, we had Profar back. Profar had a good hit. But there was nobody else doing anything. Jackson Merrill had a double. Yeehaw, dude. I mean, it is what it is. I thought we played like shit today. I'm going to keep it real with you. The defense had a couple of mistakes. Jackson Merrill was about the only bright spot on defense from what I saw. The offense... Yeah, the offense was the offense today. That's it. Not much hitting to go around. I thought it was a bad game. I thought we looked like shit. The final score was 6-4. Or excuse me. I wish it was 6-2. We lost by 4 runs, and to be honest with you, the fact we scored 2 runs even surprises me. Other than that, good game played by the Brewers. They figured out a way to get it done. And we're 41-41 again, right at 500, because we can't, God forbid, we go 3 games over 500 or 4 games over 500. We're just going to sit at 400 the whole season. Should be fun. Gotta love how much the Padres just want to stress out the fans and play down to competition, play up to competition, make sure we're good enough to where people want to watch every single day, but not too good to the point where anybody can feel safe and secure in the fact that, hey, maybe we will make the playoffs, maybe we won't make the playoffs. Just be bad or be good. Just pick one. And that's all I have to say. Thanks for listening. Have a good night.